All right, so in this video, we're going to be looking at combining patch. We'll do a 3-color patch, okay? And then you're going to combine it with Arrowed Edge. Software, how to do that, it's very easy. So pretend this had, multicolors. One thing I wanted to point out, I took this off the embroidery machine. See these need to be cut this time. A lot of students that didn't cut these little spare threads need to be cut with little tiny scissors so that you can clean up the design. Don't forget to do that. But that's the idea. Is this is the finished product. The finished product does have the glue on the back, has your 3-color design inside the shape, and then it has edge going around everything. All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to change colors on things to make sure that your elements are the colors that you want to be over on the embroidery machine. It's very simple. You can actually assign these any color in the world, doesn't matter, because over on the embroidery machine, there's 14 different threads and they can all change and everything else. So it just has to be separated by a number over here in the software. So here's an older design. Let's say I wanted to make this bottom letter, okay, green or something like that, okay? First off, I would figure out which elements are part of this. I can highlight them, and then I can choose green, okay? Easy as that. Now those elements are going to be green. Now when I sign them over into the embroidery machine, it doesn't have to be green thread. This could be purple thread and this could be black thread on the embroidery machine. It's just the fact that now these elements, the green ones, are this and all the red ones are this one. Okay, so don't pay attention to these colors. They don't match the embroidery machine at all. I'll show you what that looks like over on the embroidery machine. When you ever get it over to the embroidery machine, you can choose this button. And you say enter. And that's where you pick a color on the embroidery machine. Let's say I wanted the number 1 to match over on the other side. I wanted that to be, let's see, 3. Okay, 3, I can see a thread here on the embroidery machine. It is orange. Good. Perfect. The next color, let's say I wanted it to be yellow. Well, I just type in 1 because that's the thread on the machine. And for my final color, let's say I wanted it to be black. I would do something like this. It's 14, so I would have to hit 10 and 4. Sweet. So because that 1, 2, 3 is taken up by the colors, if I wanted one more color in here, let's say I just made this blue. There, just for fun. So now I have a 3-color design. When I go to export it, it would ask you about something, but we're going to now take this and bring it over to our patch. So our patch was done in the last assignment. Okay, how do we get this over to there? Well, that's very easy. You grab all of them and you copy it, and then you go over to your patch. I would zoom out and right-click paste. Boom. Now let's pull it to the side here. We can resize this with the feature under layout. Right now it's 4 inches. I know that it's probably going to be about 2.25. You're going to have to play around with that to figure out what your number is. But I know it's going to be 2.25 for me. When I hit enter on the keyboard, it'll render. And again, if I want to grab these elements and net select them, and then I can bring them over to my patch. And then hit enter. There we go. We got a 3-color design on a patch. It has this running stitch, which is super important to line up the patch. It has this stitch on it in order to sew it to the glue. And then it'll do the marrowed border. And then it'll start doing the 3-color design. So when you do export this, it's going to ask you something, hopefully. If it doesn't, it'll say something about continuous, and you say yes. So we're going to see if I can bring that up. Desktop, yeah, let's go patch 2, and I'm going to name this 03 patch. Let's see. It might not, because see, these needles are in order, but if you chose something not in order, let's say you chose 1, 2, and this one down here, it'll ask you, do you want to put them in a continuous order? And you say yes to that. Since I didn't do that, let's see. Let's see if I can fake it. Let's assign this to number 9. Okay. Cool. So now I got 1, 3, and 9. Let's export it and see if it yells at me. There it is. Needles are not continuous. Do you want to fix it? I say yes. Now it's 1, 2, and 3. All right. Well, that's how it works. With every design that, let's say I made a big change like that, I have to do the start and end first section. I have to do the end point, end at last section. And I have to center the design before I export. So make sure the 0 is over top of this. Make sure it's within the size of the hoop for your design, and you should be good. Boom. Then just pick 3 colors over on there and make sure the numbers are correct, and when you're done, just hit enter. Don't forget to load it into the machine. And that is it. That's the big magic for this assignment. Let's make some patches.